Hey guys, it's Hakeem here with episode 1 of Dimir Unearth. Let's look at our opening hand. 4 mana, which is a lot for this deck, but we have a Raptor and a Shore Stalker and a Dragger that we can cycle to hopefully get through the flood. We're on the draw, but I think dropping Raptor into Shore Stalker is a strong enough start, you know. So we're gonna keep that. And game starts off with true, I guess that's damage, that V in those sideways thingies. Picked up a Brackwater, which is great. So we'll just drop the Cloudfin into play here on turn 1. Our opponent played an Azorius Guildgate. So here it is, Friday night. I recorded a deck tech and a gameplay last night, and I fucked it up somehow. I lost it all. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it all because it makes me sad. But you know, let's just let it be known that I screwed it up. So that's why the late uploads today. Picked up a Bident of Thassa, which is really good. So we're just going to play the Gate and the 1-drop that evolves our Raptor up to a 1/2, and we're going to swing for 1 against, we're playing an Esper deck at the very least. You know, got the Bident here on 4, which is going to be pretty solid, depending, you know, if he doesn't interact with us at all. And, you know, when you're playing aggro, that's kind of what you're hoping for. But yeah, it's Friday night, so I'm over the debacle, you know, that was last night and losing my recordings. I'm sitting here. My wife and kids are gone out to a function. Family function on her side that I somehow skated on, and I'm sitting here enjoying some rum and playing some Dimir Unearth. So I think the play here, he's got a counterspell up, but I really don't care if he counters Brackwater Elemental because it's got Unearth. So I'm just going to get the second black source into play and play this pre-combat in order to evolve the Raptor. So it gets down, and now our Raptor is a 2/3, and we get to swing for 3. And let's see if our opponent has any spells. Righteous Blows, Raise the Alarm. Not that he can block anything, but you know, he'd put some stuff on the board and start putting some pressure back at us. No, he still doesn't do anything. No Think Twice. No Traumatic Visions. No, he's just content to sit there and play mana, which is cool with me. And then he leaves the game. So yeah, well, I guess I better get on to a second game here now. But you know, I'd like to show you how this is kind of. I want to keep playing this game because this is probably the perfect curve for the deck. Is just, you know, Raptor into 2-drop into Elemental into, you know, Bident. I mean, this is how the deck is supposed to play out. It's unfortunate that my opponent quit, but anyways, let's just swing for 7 here and draw 3 cards. Presumably draw 3 cards, you know, unless he has some type of effect. I mean, I ran the Bident out into a counterspell. Probably, you know, against an actual opponent, I may not have done that. But, you know, drawing 3 cards against the AI looks good. And he's down to 9. Brackwater goes away. And our opponent, Planeswalker, still doesn't do anything. It's unfortunate that it had to go this way. But here's what I was talking about in the deck tech, if you watched it. So let's play a Raptor. Play another Raptor. And I'll show you the Unearth synergy here. And then we'll play an island. And we will bring back Brackwater. And that will evolve all 3 Raptors. So, I mean, Evolve really works with this Unearthing, because even though I don't get to swing with those guys, I mean, when you draw a Cloudfin Raptor late in the game, it's usually just the most terrible thing in the world you could do, because it takes a while to build it up. But the Unearth gives you ways without actual, you know, needing cards in hand to evolve your guys. So now we're going to draw 3 here again, you know, and there's the Military Intelligence. We got a Viscera Dragger in hand. Voyages in. So yeah, I mean, this is how the deck works. I'm just gonna quit out of this now and hopefully go get another game. But yeah, that's kind of the, you know, the overall plan of this deck, is to just get your dudes down and evolve and swing with unblockable, you know, evasive dudes. So let's go see if we can find a custom match by another player. And this one is Hard Lover 65,000. Wow. Oh my. Yeah, Friday night, it's quiet in the house, no kids, no wife, not till about 9 o'clock. It's only, was it 6 o'clock here now? Yes, I got 3 more hours. And I got a couple of drinks of rum there, and play a few games of Magic, and I might even just go watch a movie in peace and quiet. I don't ever get that. Just the house to myself. It's a beautiful thing. So here, this is an interesting hand. So I've got the Shore Stalker on 1, but I'll have to play my island. And then on 2, I'll have to play the Gate, and I won't be able to cycle the Dragger, so I don't really like this hand. So I'm going to try for another one. Here we've got a turn 1 Raptor, and then we've got a couple of 3-drops. We can play the gate on the second turn if we don't draw anything. So I'm actually going to keep this. And play out the turn 1 Raptor, like I said. So we're at, we managed to luck into another 60-card opponent. I like playing against people who trim their decks. And that's decks. Yes, you heard me correctly. D-E-C-K-S. Hard Lover starts off with a Plains. Is he playing aggro, or are we playing some type of... He's playing Trained Caracal. So usually, when I see a Caracal, it's not a great creature on its own, but... you can sniff an aura off that, and so I think I will actually put the basic into play here in case he tries to enchant it this turn. Because I just picked up the... If I hadn't picked up the Voyage's End, I would have just played the gate. But now that I picked this up, I got a feeling he's playing Radiant Fountain, gain 2 life. But he might try to put an Ordeal of Heliod or a Nimbus Wings on it, or some other type of enchantment. But he's just going to play out a Cross and Squire, and he's going to come in with his Lifelinker. I'm actually going to send it back to his hand. If he had played a Plains there as his second land, I'm going to bottom that land. He would be able to recast this in a second main phase, and then I wouldn't have bounced that, but given that I could delay him by a full turn, so that's what I decided to do. I think right now I'm going to keep the Pestermite open. Or do I just Brackwater? Yeah, I'm just going to Brackwater, Evolve, Swing. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, if he attacks into my Brackwater, I'm not going to block, but I need to set up this Raptor, so... Got another bounce spell in hand, which is good, and I've got the Pestermite, which is also good. So let's get in for 1. Now he gained 2 life off the fountain, so he's on 21. His Squire's a 1/1 exalted, so that means that whenever a creature he controls attacks alone, it gets +1/+1. Now he's on 3 mana, so let's see if he plays back out the Caracal or if he just goes straight to 3 mana. Sometimes you can do that when you bounce an early creature. Yeah, he's playing a Banisher Priest. He's going to target my 4/4, which is, I mean, I can bounce it, which is not the greatest thing in the world, but it'll trigger Revolve at the very least. I'm not sure when or if I'm going to bounce it. We'll see. See what we pick up off the top here first. So now, yeah, we're down to 18. He's on 21, and we picked up a Strix. So I'm actually just going to main phase... if I main phase a Strix, I can't hold open Vapor Snag, but I still think it's worth it to put down a Death Toucher and evolve my Raptor. So that's the play I'm going to make here. I'm going to evolve the Raptor up to a 2/3, so now we got 4 power in the air. We've got a bounce spell in hand, and a Pestermite, a little bit of disruption. I'd really like to pick up a Military Intelligence, because this deck needs the card draw. I'd like to pick up a Bident, or even a Viscera Dragger, just to get a bit deeper into the deck, because we're down to 2 cards in hand here now, and our opponent's still on 19 life, so that's not the greatest thing in the world. He's putting an Asha's Favor, which is flying, First Strike, and Vigilance, onto his Banisher Priest. It's an interesting place to put it. Definitely an interesting place to put it. So I guess he's just going to swing with that 1 creature since it has First Strike. That's weird that he wouldn't swing for 3 there. It has First Strike. Anyway, not gonna debate why he may or may not have done that. So I think what I will do is I will Vapor Snag that. And what that will do for me is it will knock off his enchantment. It will get my Brackwater Elemental back, at least briefly, and that will evolve my Raptor. So let's Vapor Snag that. That'll hit him for a point of life loss. Get our 4/4 into play. Get the Raptor up to a 3/4, which may be the target for his Banisher Priest when he recasts it. It's entirely possible. But we're going to get in for 5 here now and take him down to 13. We've got the Pestermite that we can use. And if we don't need the Pestermite, depending on what he does with that Banisher Priest, we can also just cycle the Viscera Dragger. We'll see if he recasts the Priest or not and what he targets. Let us see what he does. I mean, if I were him, I'd want that Cloudfin Raptor gone. But he's up to 4 mana now. He could have some obnoxious 4 mana spell like Armored Ascension or something. No, he's just going to play the Priest again, which is what I assumed he would do. And he's going to target this time. Yeah, he's going to take the Raptor this time, which is cool. I'm okay with that. Because I'm still going to swing for a lot next turn. Now he's playing his Caracal out again, which doesn't really bother me at this point. But I'm going to not use the Pestermite yet. I'm going to save that for, if he tries to throw an enchantment on something, then I can tap it at instant speed. I'm just going to cycle this, put it in the graveyard. See if we can't draw an intelligence or a bind. Picked up another Pestermite, so that's good. And picked up an island, so I think right now I will just unearth the Dragger. And let's just come at him for a bunch. And see what he does with this. Because that's 9 damage, he's on 13. You know, he's probably going to have to block here. Even though my Dragger and my Elemental are going away, this is, you know, this will show you the power of the Unearth here. A lot of times your opponent, you know, he'll just take it. And then I flash in a Pestermite, and I've got another couple of flyers that, you know, that he has to deal with, so... Baneslayer Angel is a concern. See, I mean, he's just taking the damage, so he's going all the way down to 4. You know, if he's got Armored Ascension that he plans on dropping on his lifelinker, I'll flash in my Pestermite, tap it down, and then I'll swing for 4 in the air. So we'll see what he's planning on doing. He may have another Asher's Favor, you know, to put on something. He's playing another Banisher Priest, which is that's a little bit annoying, I gotta say. That's a little bit annoying indeed. But again, I've got the flyers, so the instant speed flyers, and having the second copy really makes me, like, you know, I can play the first one as a flyer. I think I will tap down his lifelinker, you know, before combat, because I don't want him gaining any life. I want him to be on a 2-turn clock. So let's tap that down. And if he wants to swing at me for 3, he's more than welcome to do that. I won't block. But I got a feeling this will deter the Banisher Priest. Even though there's only an 0-1 underneath it, you know. We'll see. Oh, it's delicious. Yeah, he's just coming in for 2. He's on 4. I've got a 2-power flyer. And I've got some disruption for next turn. Or, you know, just to blank his life gain. So, you know, I'd really like to pick up a bounce spell here right now. Really like to pick up a bounce spell. But we'll see what we get off the top. Hopefully it's not a land. It's a Brackwater. Brackwater's decent. I've got one in the graveyard that, maybe if I unearth it, I can't cast the Pestermite. I'll just come at him for 2 and see if he's got a Righteous Blow. And then I'll decide the rest of my turn based on that. And yeah, he has the Righteous Blow. There's nothing I can do there. Well then. Well then, this changes everything. This changes everything, so I guess I just Pestermite on his turn and then unearth. Hopefully he comes at me with his whole board and doesn't cast a creature. Then I can Pestermite and unearth. That'll be 6, and he'll only gain the 1 life. He's tapping out for a Battle Grace Angel. Well, that fucking sucks. That fucking sucks. So he's bringing everything. Okay, so this is good. So, yeah, rather than use the lifelink on his Battle Grace, he's tapped out his whole board. And brought me down to 8. He's gone up to 5, but I'll flash in the Pestermite, tap down his only blocker. He's completely tapped out. And I've got a... Let's make sure we be very careful with this. Okay, let's target the right creature. Yes. Yes, we want to use the ability. Yes, we would like to tap it. Then we untap, and we unearth a Brackwater. And swing for 6, and the game. So yeah, that Battle Grace was, you know, if he had just attacked with his Banisher Priest there, it would have just fucked me up. But since he decided to go balls to the wall there, he loses the game. And that'll, you know, a lot of people don't factor in the unearth. I managed to get him down to 4 because I attacked with 2 unearthed creatures, and he was unwilling to block because, you know, he knew my creatures were going away. So I mean, there's those little advantages in this game when you know, I'm playing the evasive deck. You know, I've got the ability to Pestermite to tap down his stuff and disrupt him to bounce spells. So yeah, I really like this deck. I think that was a pretty decent showing for episode 1. And yeah, we'll see you for some more episodes tomorrow. I'm gonna have to go record them now, of course, because I've fallen behind because of the mishap last night. But anyways, what can you do? Hope you enjoyed the games, and we will see you tomorrow.